game kicks off with a 9-year-old girl in a yellow raincoat named Six, what a name, waking up inside a suitcase inside the mall with little to no explanation of how she got there after the events of Little Nightmares 2. Where did Six get a lighter? Hand holding. Where did Six get the strength to rip off a 2x4? Here in the DLC, you play as a little 8-year-old boy named the Runaway Kid, what a great name, who also wakes up inside the mall. His story runs parallel with Six's story, and that's how I'm going to be sending it, where I'll constantly be flip-flopping between Six's campaign and the Runaway Kid's campaign in the order that I think they play out in. Someone needs to inform Tertiary Studios that the protagonist doesn't always need to wake up from a nightmare in the beginning of the game. I understand the game is called Little Nightmares, but you can only reuse the way you start off a game so much before it starts getting repetitive. I have to ask, what is the point in finding these bottles with the eye symbol on it? As far as I know, they don't really do anything outside of giving you an achievement once you've found all of them. Well, at least the DLC tries to explain how the Runaway Kid got his light source, unlike the main story where Six just wakes up inside the mall with a lighter in her pocket. This control scheme. You know, the first chapter of this DLC released 6 years ago back in 2017. It is 2023 and this glitch still hasn't been resolved. And that was the Secrets of the Maw DLC, everyone. Just treat this DLC like Mafia 3 and stop playing now to save yourself a lot of frustration, anger, and disappointment. What was a leech doing inside that jar? Damn, you ugly. That shocking animation. How did the janitor know that the Runaway Kid was going to be at this specific spot at this specific time? Okay, I will admit, it was kinda clever how the devs put the Little Nightmares OST soundtrack titled Prison Toys inside a music box, which is a prison toy in this game, minus one sin. Yeah, I'm pretty sure sparks wouldn't fly out of your body like that after you get electrocuted. So this eye-shaped light that can turn you into stone if you're seen by it automatically turns on when you walk into the room? The Illuminati. The janitor is only inserted here just to give you an introduction to him since he's one of the monsters Six will face throughout the game. Spoiler alert for Little Nightmares 2, but the secret ending to that game shows that Six gets her hunger from this little glitchy shadow demon inside her that always makes her hungry. This is why in this game she'll eat anything put right in front of her, dead or not. The only thing sadder than how annoying this sometimes gets is that fans had to wait 4 years just to get an explanation to why Six always gets hungry in the first game. Why are you just standing there? Shouldn't you be cooking food for the upcoming guests that will board the ship later on? Why is there a portrait of the janitor and the gnomes? Six actually fell for this. The Runaway Kid survives this. Well, that animation was slightly delayed. Apparently you're able to break open a cage by knocking it over. This glitch. This is the only time you'll ever have to run from the shoe monster. This game will force you to chase this gnome around the boxes until you finally catch him. Do you like when the game wastes your time like that? Because I certainly don't. If you pay attention to the shadow of these gnomes, it will reveal that these gnomes were kids at one point. I guess they were the few kids that didn't get chopped up into meat and eaten by the guests. That still doesn't explain why they would try to put coal into the furnace. Outside of keeping them warm, what is that going to do? What are the odds that the Runaway Kid will be on top of the same elevator that the lady is riding? And yes, the antagonist of this entire game's name is the lady, I looked it up.
What's up, fuckers?
I got an achievement for walking on a piano. Why does the janitor have so many books? The dude is blind, so it's not like he can read them. Pretty sure you can't die from air coming out of a pipe. The janitor's arms just got cut off and there was no blood anywhere to be found. Six is a bitch to rats. Ugh, now that is a face not even a mother could love. See y'all? He's so ugly he slid straight through the interior. Did you just break through a door to catch a kid to cook when there are thousands of other kids you are currently cooking right now? So the Runaway Kid knows how to swim but Six doesn't? Now I know how the pilgrims must feel. Ma'am, are you okay? Why is there a drawing of 6 on a cardboard box? The only thing sadder than the way I just died is that chubby and fat people really do eat like this. Wow, nobody told me that Nikocado Avocado was in this game. These shadow demons are the most annoying and frustrating little shit nuggets I've ever encountered in video game history so far. I literally almost gave up on the DLC because of these little shitheads and just said fuck it and just send the main story instead. Damn, you ugly. This is something that the lady could have done at any time, but for some reason chose now to do it. Out of all the things the lady could have done to the runaway kid, why turn him into a gnome? She could have just killed him. You see this, y'all? This is what happens when you try to eat a cupcake around fat people. You just had to do it, Tertio Studios. You just had to kill off the runaway kid by making him the gnome that 6 eats. I can tell the writers thought they were so clever by ending the DLC like that. A YouTuber named The Gaming Beaver literally predicted this would happen in a video I'll link in the description below. Let me tell you something, Tertio Studios. Feeding into this guy's prediction isn't clever. The lady could have easily hopped over to the next room and killed 6, but instead she just waits for her to unlock the door to a very dark room before trying to kill her. Remember them shadow demons I brought up earlier? They tried to attack the runaway kid? Why doesn't the lady use them against 6? She doesn't even have a flashlight, thus making it less likely for her to have the upper hand. How did 6 know using the mirror was gonna work? I know the reason the lady destroyed all the mirrors was because her face was ugly and she doesn't like looking at herself, but 6 doesn't know that. The only person that ever saw that was the runaway kid, and he clearly didn't live to tell the tale. Cannibalism. One more time. I have to tick off a sin one more time for this entire scene. The final shot of the game is just 6 staring off into the ocean after realizing that she's stranded in the middle of nowhere.
Don't think about it too much. Just pretend this is a dream. A nice wet dream.